Welcome back to part 2 of Glow Up and Grow Up Lessons in Friendship with my best friend, Luciana.
Having
blood
on my white pants, and they're like, "Oh, she got her period," and they're, kids are so cruel, they don't know.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what periods were.
You're like, what are they saying happened to me?
But like, it didn't matter because that one incident led me to being invited to you guys' birthday party. I probably was the only one. Yeah, I was the only one that went. But she had a whole ass mansion.
Oh!
This girl, and I'm like, I got to go into that mansion, you know?
Wow, Yuka was rich.
Yeah, she was balling. And I'm
Wow.
like, kids are so cruel, but I wasn't cruel.
Yeah, I think it's not an easy time in middle school.
It's not.
I think hard times show who you really are, though. You've always just had a golden heart, and so
I do. I do be having, like, I can't deny that. I'm not trying to brag, but I do have a heart.
Yeah, absolutely, best friend.
Through and through, and I feel like it's because of the things that I have been through that I think subconsciously I never want someone else to go through that.
Absolutely. I love you.
I love you. Basic training, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Okay, in my basic training, I think I was a little mean to like one girl. I wasn't mean to her. I just didn't like her. You know how you just meet people and you don't like?
You don't really vibe with them?
Yeah, you don't vibe with them. Yeah, I just didn't vibe with her at all. And
was she mean or something?
I mean, actually, two of them. No, they weren't mean. They were just annoying.
Real annoying?
Yeah, real annoying. And then I remember one, I was like, if we get into that, what do you guys call it, where you get the stick and you like...
Pugil sticks?
If we get to the pugil sticks...
I'm going to take you out first and you out second.
And maybe it's because, like, their personalities just didn't align with mine. That's why I think vibing, when you guys match energies, is very important. And I think it was just because of that. And I do have to apologize if you're watching this. I'm sorry.
It was not so nice,
nice. I'm trying my best just here. But you're going to meet people where you just don't like them from the get-go, whether it's like their voice or it's just something in them. And that's okay.
You don't have to be best friends with everybody. You're not supposed to be.
Yeah. And it took me a long time to accept, like, I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
And that's sad because I should not. Kidding.
Because I should be. They should adjust their taste. Best friend, I'm struggling. What the heck? How do you do somebody else's eyebrows?
Best friend, you got this.
Oh man, I'm sorry when I do you wrong.
It's okay, best friend.
Okay, but if I mess up, will you fix it?
Of course.
Thank you, best friend. Another big green flag for me is that if you care about something deeply and you're able to talk to your friend about it, and maybe it's not their number one most interested topic, they still would, like, listen to you and maybe even, try to ask you about it sometimes and stuff like that. I feel like it's such a green flag because through different seasons in life, those interests are gonna kind of change from time to time, and finding somebody that is willing to just be along for the ride, that's amazing. I love that. Yeah. I got a dog. I can't shut up about him. He's so cool. Look.
We got a dog.
We got a dog. He drools, amazing. He barks, amazing.
He throws dirt at you, amazing.
Amazing.
I feel like there's not a topic that you would mention to me that I would be so bored about. I'm like invested 100% in everything you talk about, best friend.
I know, I love it. And let me tell you, did you know the Earth's longitude to latitude? And you're like,
I'm like, let me
tell
go
me
about
more.
That. Let me go about that.
Oh man, I love it. And vice versa. I be like, my best friend just knows things. Let me tell y'all something. Okay, best friend, you're gonna have to help me with the eyebrows.
I got you.
Okay, because
Can you guys see my eyebrow?
I'm doing my best.
I believe in you.
I have a good outline,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel it's
Just get up in there, best friend.
Get up in
Get
there.
Up in there.
Honestly, best friend, let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Your eyebrows have been growing in thicker. They have.
Yes,
Have you been
right.
using a serum?
No, I just leave it alone. I don't pluck no more.
I'm telling you, but your eyebrows looking extra good.
Thank
Because I've been
you.
seeing you with no makeup, and I'm like, but did she do her eyebrows? But you didn't.
Best friend, no. This is all me. All natural.
Amazing. Picasso.
One day when I do be ball it out like that, best friend, we're
Yeah.
going to an eyebrow, whatever they're called.
And they're gonna microblade,
Yeah.
and it's gonna
On
be
me, best friend.
amazing.
On me.
What?
Because I know that has been your dream. It's been my dream as well. We're doing it, best friend.
We overplucked our eyebrows one too many times, and now our eyebrows are forever kind of struggling.
Yes.
But we still cute.
I'm still cute.
Yeah. Big green flag for me about you, best friend, is when you be knowing some things, you let me in on the knowledge. You're like, look, I don't know if you knew this, but now we're on another level. I said, best friend, I don't know what I'm going to do for a career. You said, best friend, cybersecurity. I said,
You got it. If
I
can
do got
do
it.
You can do it.
I
And
can-
she did it.
I can do
And she did it.
I can do it.
And look where she is now.
You
At
know?
home, working as an IT.
Do.
Oh my goodness, she did it.
I did. We're doing it. That's what I'm saying, best friend. Green flag.
That's it is. Just uplift each other.
Got to. If you're not getting edified from your friendship,
Yeah, if you're not trying to raise each other up, like, hey, you can do better than that. Let me
Yeah.
help you out here. That's
Yeah.
not a friend.
that's not a friend,
It's
no.
a still friendship
Yeah.
at that point.
You should just cut it off.
Mm-hmm.
Spend time alone. Spend time alone.
Let them cut it out.
Something like that. You know what I just thought about? One red flag could be if someone is in a very committed relationship, like maybe even years, but with somebody who is super toxic, that could be a red flag for the friendship.
That is because I feel like a lot of women tend to put their significant other
Above.
not on the I mean you should as you should but like it's more like to the point where you just cut off that friendship.
Yeah, a lot of girls don't value their friendships, especially when they get in relationships.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I don't need to try to support my girl anymore, or you know.
I've been that way. I'm not gonna admit I was like that.
But when you get in a relationship and when you're really about somebody, it's easy to be like super excited, and I think that we should all give grace and let your friends be happy, and I'll cuddle up with their booty, and I'm like, I just know she's the happiest right now, and I'm for it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, and this is why I can't stand him because he took away my best friend. Like that's
no best friend.
That's not it.
I remember like when we started our friendship, and then Eric came.
And you're like,
he came to San Antonio, and then no, I wasn't like that. It was a whole month where you were with him. You were spending time with him.
What?
You were, and I was like chilling, and then our other friends like. And I'm like, yo, that's her man. Like, let her enjoy her time.
I haven't seen him so long. So many months.
You would be that way too. She would reach out when she's had enough by him.
And I did.
Fact. That doesn't mean that it's the end of the friendship. It's like,
no.
There should be an equal amount of spending time with your man and then spending time with your best friend, and then especially an understanding that you haven't seen your man in what was it?
It was like 4 or 5
4
months.
or 5 months.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're gonna take all that time to soak it all up. And then eventually you're gonna be like, okay, let me see what my best friend's up to.
Oh, okay, become that's my best friend. Yeah, that's true. On the flip side, if someone chooses like somebody for their life long term and that person is really horrible, flirts with other women, or maybe even your friend's guy is flirting with you and stuff like that, then that makes for a very uncomfortable situation.
It did, best friend, and I've been in that situation. And I've had like, okay, a friend that knows that. So girl 1 and then girl 2.
Yes.
Girl 1 has a boyfriend, super toxic relationship.
Yes.
Whose boyfriend reached out to me. And because I know that she would choose her man's over our friendship, I chose to not entertain the hit, the, what do you call that? When he was hitting on me. The advances. And then chose not to tell my friend because I would rather be friends with her instead of losing her. I wanted her in my life.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell her about this situation because nothing happened on my end. And also knowing the fact that if she found out, I wouldn't be her friend anymore. And I think she was an amazing person, you know. I wanted her in my life. I could be in the wrong in a lot of people's eyes, but to me, in this situation with the tools that I had at the time, that was the best case scenario that I chose to go with.
Yeah.
But in the end, she still chose her man's. And then best friend, girl number 2 was angry that I didn't tell girl number 1. And it was a mess, best friend. I didn't know what the right and wrong move was. And
then girl number 1 was like, I don't want to be friends with you no more because then my man probably going to hit on you. And then you're not going to tell me. And then you're going to hit on him back and blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just horrible.
It was horrible, and I didn't know what to do. That was like the first time I was in that situation. You know, I'm always for like, hey, telling your man, but I think in the time that I was going through it, I was really scared to lose her as a friend because I really did cherish that friendship, so I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, and she was sending you mixed signals too, though. In your defense, there was weird stuff going on there where they were like, well, what if we both were hitting on you? Yeah. Would you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Or, it was just real strange. So I would have been confused too. And nobody's perfect. And, that wasn't an easy one. Dang. Yeah. All we can do in those situations, I feel like, is just wish them the best.
Yeah.
Because I knew she was going to choose that relationship over everything.
I think in a way I knew that. That's why I just wanted to keep that friendship for as long as I could.
Yeah, at least give her a solid friendship to be able to rely on when things went and if things went bad in the relationship. But again, that just speaks volumes of the kind of person that you are.
Does it sound easier than it really is, like doing somebody's makeup?
Absolutely.
Let's talk about do's and don'ts of friendship. Do's and don'ts.
Do's and don'ts. Like that. Okay. Do? Buy that girl some flowers. Buy her some chocolates. Find out what her favorite snacks are. Put together a little bag with some like spa stuff. Drop it off. If your girlie is like postpartum or just going through a rough time in general, bring her some pre-baked food and drop it off at her house, you know.
Yeah,
just leave it at the door.
These are things you and I think about.
Yeah. Go over and just ask if you can clean her house, you know. Just
Don't
give
even
her a hug.
Just do it.
Just be like, can I just be here? Just do the dishes. Just like, you know, like that is loving someone good.
That's a definite do.
That's a do. And that's a real big green flag. Just loving on them the best way. The ways that they maybe couldn't even ask to be loved in.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now a don't talk about it to somebody else if you haven't talked to them about it. With the exception of if you're in a relationship with somebody and it's like a healthy relationship, you know, I feel like you can. I feel like you can. You know, I feel like maybe they'll give you the right words. What if you're like, how do I say this? And then they're, they give you the good advice. They're like, well, definitely first, don't avoid it. Don't be a silly goose. And I'll be honest, sometimes my man be happy to be like, well, first, you should learn to text back. I'm like, right, you right, you right. And I would never be mad at, like, if you would be like, yeah, well, I talked to, my man about this, and this, and he gave me a different perspective. Because sometimes I think that it's valuable to get a perspective, or, like, maybe you just have, like, a close sister or something, and, like, I don't think that's bad. It's just, like, different when someone's like, oh, I have this issue with my friend, let me go tell everybody at work, and the janitor, and their boss, and I'm gonna blah, blah, blah. That's adult.
But I feel like as a friend, knowing that your friend is in a relationship, like you, married, it's hard to talk.
I'm sorry.
No, you do that first.
I cannot believe how stunning you are in red.
Alright, best friend, I just think you have to be so weird if you don't think, like, I'm telling you something you're never gonna tell your man.
Yeah, like,
you have to be so weird about it. Like, it's just
come on, man.
It's just like, I don't know how to say it.
Unless you're dating somebody, unless you're like one of them girlies maybe that's dating somebody and he's toxic, and like you feel like you can't tell him anything. But in that case, it's like, then that's a situation where it's a red flag of a friendship, where it's like she likes to date guys who are out here in these streets, adding to the funeral home and doing crazy things, and then it's like, maybe I don't want that homegirl coming over as much because I'm scared.
Yeah. But everything that I tell you, I know there's a chance that you're going to tell Eric. Like, that's your relationship, and I know that you guys have that thing where, like, I don't expect you to keep secrets from him, because that's not what a relationship should be.
Right.
You shouldn't keep secrets from your partner. So me telling you something, I fully know that if you wanted to, you would tell Eric. That, I don't know how to, like, describe it, but that should be, like, a basic understanding that if you're with somebody.
I feel like that's what, when you understand how healthy relationships are. But if you don't, then there's some girls who would say, if you tell your man something that I said, you're talking crap.
Yeah, because what kind of friend are you if you're like, don't tell your husband? Like, that's not helping your relationship with your husband.
Right.
So, like, hey, keep the secret from him. Because you guys should know, you guys share, you're one and the same.
We're one.
Yeah, so when I tell you something, I'm not going to be like, don't tell Eric this. But, knowing that that's going to, like...
Granted, there's some things I'm not going to tell my husband about because you don't even know, I'm sure he'd be like, could you please not tell me? I don't need to know everything about your best friend. I'm like, yeah, of course, yeah.
Sure. But I have to keep in mind that is a possibility.
Right.
And I'm not going to hold it against you.
Because it's, like, different than talking crap. You know what I mean? It's different. I'm trying my best.
You got this. It's okay. It's just a phase that I can take off.
Okay. But this is actually very fascinating for me because I feel like I'm learning your face even more intricately now that I'm doing your makeup, But we're basically the same anyways.
Honestly.
Yeah.
You're just white and I'm Asian.
That's it. And now the big reveal. Woo! Not my best friend, not my best friend.
Ooh, okay. I was like, what is that red lipstick with that lip color? But it came together nicely.
Did it? Did
yes,
it?
I like it.
The eyeliner was real hard.
I think the eyebrow was hard.
Yeah, the eyebrow. I was like, should I be mad? One eyebrow's going one way and the other going the other way.
I'm like, you didn't put on the lips.
It went woo! Woo!
Yeah, woo. I was trying to go woo, but it went woo. I love the best friend.
I think the eyebrow was harder.
we have different thoughts.
Yeah.
What do you think was harder, the eyebrow
Or the eyeliner?
I think the eyebrow. This one is great.
Yeah.
Like the bottom.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. That
Best
one.
friend.
There's something going on. There's things.
There was a lot going on, you know?
It's still a 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Still
Of
a 10 out
course,
of 10.
Of course.
Honestly, 10 out of 10. Beautiful.
Love it. Love it.
And that's the end. We love you.
That's
Bye.
it. That was her first time, so give her grace, please.
Thank you.